Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Avi, and today I will be playing your local real kind thief boy, Arata Satomi. And with me today is my wonderful friend who has amazing ideas.
You're just gonna one-shot me like that, are you?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Candlestick, and today I'm going to be playing Crystal Everlight, my uptight wizard.
And we love her.
uh, so I am not sure why my character is looking for the last one in at the moment. I have not thought that far ahead.
You can tell how much planning went into this FPS.
Yep.
That's fine. I mean the last one is it's a very quiet and very out of the way inn. It is in the I would say back streets of Toontown. So if you're looking for more like out of the spotlight kind of places where you can just chill and vibe and have like a quiet time, this would be one of those places.
Okay, yeah, that could make sense because I don't think Crystal is the sort to like going to particularly crowded places.
Yeah.
So
Um
maybe she had business in the area. It was like, I could. It's like getting late. I could go for a coffee, something. Let's just have a look see what's around this area.
yeah. But like yeah. So you enter the last one in. Do you want to roll a quick perception because you've never been in here before?
Yeah, I would love to. These always go wildly one way or another with Crystal.
Oh. Oh. All
Yeah,
right.
that tracks.
Mhm. Yeah, that's fine. Uh well, I will give you the general description of this place. So you entered the last one in. It is a very small inn, I will say that. Um the front area is kind of like an open lobby. There is a front desk, and currently there is a UPA in tune in drawn in the style of like demon-ish kind of look. Um,
Ooh,
yeah. I have designs for the last one in NPCs. I just never use them.
that's so cool.
um, they're not colored yet. Emphasis on yet, but like they will be. That said, there is a UPN demon tune behind the front desk who is currently going through like you assume it's the records of like who is staying in what room and whatnot. Um, and there is like a little sitting area, you know, where you can like wait and whatnot. There's like a few couches and armchairs. Um, there is a little like rack that has like newspapers and I guess like you could say brochures of like what's around Toontown. Um there is a staircase that leads upwards to the second floor that where you assume the rooms would be. But beyond that, there is an open doorway. There's like no like actual door. It's just an open, you know, space in the wall. Um, that leads into the restaurant area of the inn. And to the right, you have like a couple of booths. There's like one or two tables with like two chairs each. Uh, and to the left, there is no like separate kitchen. It is a counter, and you can see a series of kitchen appliances. And right now, there is a real kind young man who is currently watching something on the stove.
Your descriptions are so good. I I just loved that description, like I could see it so clearly in my mind.
Gosh, I try to get better at these things as time goes on because like the first time I did it, it was okay, and then like ever since it's just been like, oh, I should add this. Oh, I should like probably clear this up. You know.
Yeah, that's fair. Unfortunately, Crystal is not paying attention to most of this. I think she's probably got her head in a book or something at the moment. So she did just the very, very barest minimum sweep of yes, there is a restaurant area in this place. Neat. And then head back in the book.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can sit either at the counter or at like a table or something.
Hmm. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll for that because I'm not sure which one she would decide. Okay. She is probably sitting in a booth.
All right. And you're probably sitting there for like a bit. Uh and like after a minute or two of you sitting down, um you are approached by the young man. Actually, let me pull up a ref because he does have an outfit that he uses specifically when he is working. um,
Ooh.
I never use his different outfits a lot. Oh, where is it? There it is.
Do, 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 do,
There
do.
we go. Oh, Discord. There we go.
Oh. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. Um, this young man approaches you and he goes, "Hey, welcome. What can I get for you?"
Uh, there's probably a little moment of like just that, just touch of startlement, like a right. I'm in an establishment, and I have not ordered anything.
Yeah. Um,
And there's just a you get a couple of blinks before um right. Uh do you do coffee?
he kind of laughs and he says, I'm pretty damn good at it if I say so myself."
Right. What was the one I got the uh it's just like a bit of a wave, and because I myself cannot remember the one that she got at the painted lady.
How about he kind of like snaps his fingers and does like a finger guns at you, and he goes, "How does a latte sound?"
Yeah, that sounds good. Uh I think um she pauses again and is like, because it is getting late, and just what what food do you guys do here?
We got quite a lot. Mostly stuff from Yedo, if you're familiar with that place. I got curry. I've got udon. I've got different kinds of stews. Anything you're into specifically?
Uh, well, I'm not usually that picky. What would you recommend?
Definitely the curry.
Curry it is then.
All
Uh,
right.
can I roll a history for the name Yeto?
Yes, absolutely.
Come on, where is my character sheet?
Character sheet. Oh goodness.
Ooh, okay.
Woo. Yeah. Okay, I forget the like exact location, even though I did put it on the world map when we did that like mapping out the world session. I forgot where exactly it is, but it is pretty far away from Inkwell. Yeto is an island country, give or take about like on the other side of the hemisphere at the very least. Like not all the way across the world, but like, you know.
I think, because I think she rolled pretty well on this last time when she met Azumi as well. So, would she have like, would that be high enough for her to remember the mentioning of like the spirit rogues being from there and that sort of thing as well?
Yes, I would say so.
Um,
Because that is the most recent like news from Yeto that would have like made world headlines.
So I think there's a bit of a blink, and then Yeto, that's that's where the spirit rogues are from. That's a fair way away.
Yeah. Oh, you know the Spirit Rogues, huh? You a
Uh,
fan?
I am not one to tend to follow people that way. It's more just I like to keep up to date with
Oh.
what is happening.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I get you. Yeah. Believe me, I was kind of surprised to see them in Inkwell too. So yeah. Uh, I'll get you that curry. And coffee. Coffee might be first.
Fair.
And he gives you like a big grin and like heads off to behind the counter. Um, hmm.
Crystal is probably okay. I should probably roll a hammer space for this, but she's starting to pull out some of her notes and stuff because any moment she has a free time, this is what she does. Okay. Yep. It's coming out. It's coming out of her hammer space. It's coming out of her book bag, which is next to her. So it's like that Mary Poppins trick where she just keeps reaching into it and pulling out more books.
Oh. Oh, wonderful. All right, I rolled for curry making. Not curry making. Coffee making. Uh, it was an 18. I clicked on the wrong thing. Oh no, Discord. Okay, here we go. We're good.
You're good. I can see the 18.
Yeah. He comes back a moment later. There is he gives you a cup of coffee. It is, like he said, a latte, and there is like a very like small bit of like latte art um in the shape of a heart.
Reference to the title card. E.
Yeah. And he sets it beside you and he goes, well, here you
Um, I think yeah, she'll take a sip and blink, and this is pretty good.
go. Oh yeah. He kind of laughs and he says, I'm really good at coffee. Uh
I Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I have not had. I think this is probably the best coffee I've had.
what can I say? I may be biased, but I was trained by the best brewer in Yedo.
So, what brings you here?
Mostly sightseeing. Mostly, I graduated high school and decided to take a leap year. You know, um,
Yeah, there's a sort of nod.
Yeah. So I'm here and kind of like studying the local culture because it's cool, you know. Um, my my dad's got some friends here in Iquil, so that's actually how I managed to get a job here. um,
Oh,
and yeah.
okay, out of character. I have listened to that FPS, so the mention of Arata calling him dad, just I'm just squealing on the inside.
Me too. He got so used to calling him guardian that like trying to call him dad just makes him like so happy. Um
Cause Crystal's not paying any attention to that. She's like, "Yep, that makes sense."
yeah. And Erotis like still has that goofy grin on his face and he goes, you read a lot?
You could say that. I'm a researcher.
Oh! Oh, that's cool, actually. What do you research?
Uh, I'm. I look into magical nullification, particularly looking at magical illnesses and unwanted effects, and how to classify and undo them.
Huh. No, that sounds like a lot of work. Like 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 good work, I mean. That but like sorry, I think it's impressive. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, you would be right. I've been. Oh, how many years has it been now? Uh, 9 years? Going on close to 10, actually.
Man, so you've been at this for a while.
Hmm. Always more. Always more to do.
Ah, hmm. He nods like that at that, like it, like he nods sympathetically. But there is a moment where he pauses and he creases his brow and hey, can I ask you a kind of a weird question?
I mean, yeah.
All right, you said you research magical afflictions. This is a bit weird, but have you ever heard of like magic spells having a side effect that sounds like oh, what did he call it? Microphone feedback?
Hmm. Should I roll something for this?
Um, I'm going to be honest. This sounds very odd to you.
Okay. Okay. Then in that case, there's um definitely that thinking face with the chin cupping, like the hand cupping the chin, as her eyes furrow, and just like you can sort of see her shifting through her mind of things and going, no, do not believe I've come across anything like that before. Don't get me wrong, there is so many unique cases and things that it can be difficult to pinpoint something based on something like that, but uh, no, I have not heard anything like that before.
He kind of just like his shoulders kind of like slump. Like he had been expecting a no, but like he figured it might have been at least a shot worth a shot to try to ask. But he just kind of nods and he goes, "Yeah, I kind of figured that was a long shot. Sorry about that."
No, it's fair to ask. It was a logical choice. In the worst that could have occurred was I don't know. So I cannot blame you for the question. I. You'd probably need to look for. If you wanted my advice, you'd probably need to look for more symptoms and try and narrow it down from there.
Hmm. Um. He kind of pauses and like scratches a finger against like the underside of his the side of his face, and he kind of considers that and nods, and he says, "Oh, I don't think I got your name. My name's Arata, by the way. Arata Satomi.
Oh, well, pleasure to meet you. I'm Crystal Everlight.
Crystal. Yeah, I can remember that. um, I mean, I this isn't like something that's happening to me specifically. It's just happening to someone I know, and it's his situation is kind of weird, and we're still not entirely sure like what exactly is going on. But like,
Mm.
yeah,
You're welcome. You're welcome to roll an insight if you'd like.
yeah. Here we go. Okay, that's a decent roll ish.
Mm.
13.
There's a look of sympathy, um, and like a lack of surprise. Uh, this is far from the first time that she's dealt with people who have been concerned for friends or family that have that that they've been wanting an answer for something that they're not sure about, not for themselves but for those around them. And
Mm-hmm.
it's never a nice situation to be in.
Yeah, and Arata kind of nods in return, and then he kind of like just blinks, and I was like, "Oh, right, you're Curry. Give me just a second." And I'm gonna roll um a quick show for Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, buddy, you don't have to roll that high. You have a +9.
Was this for the food?
Okay, I'm actually gonna carry that like 18 for like how well the food is, how like it tastes.
Mm.
Um, but that 24, if at any point Crystal like decides to look up at Arata as he's cooking, he is doing a lot of like fancy tricks as he cooks. Um, this man is he's like I said, he's a young man. Um, Probably no older than 20. Um, and he is handling that knife with such precision. It's impressive. Like he tosses it into the air and like it twirls and he still catches it in by the handle. Um and there's like a bunch of like fancy like work with like how he tosses ingredients into a pan and how he chops things up, and like you see him like toss toss a potato into the air, and like he holds the like blade of the knife upwards so that it like catches the potato, and then he just like twirls it back down and just starts like chopping it. There is like a sense of showmanship
Mm.
to this.
Ever the performer. I think, yeah, she has been watching this because I think she sort of like followed, like when he rushed off to do the curry, she sort of like gaze followed him, sort of more absent-mindedly, as she was still, thinking around about his question, and like, is there anything I can think of to help, sort of thing. And so then, once he starts doing all the fancy tricks and stuff, there's that sort of like brings her back to reality, just to and she is watching, and there's a little bit of a rolling of the eyes of, you definitely didn't need all of those stunts to cook the food, but also just like a bit of that, like, small smile of, but he's having fun.
Yeah. He's having fun, and like as you look around, there is nobody else here. Even if you hadn't been watching, you get the impression that this is mostly just because he wanted to. But like, yeah, after like a bit of like you watching him and him doing all these like tricks and stuff, he does bring the plate of curry over to you.
um, there is still that sort of like little bit of a smirk in the, that was quite an impressive show you put on. You got you've got some skills there.
I got plenty of experience with he kind of like pauses like, oh, okay. He's like, I got plenty of experience with knives. My dad's not nearly uh as much of a show off as I am, but we also had like an open kitchen that people could look in, so like I just got kind of just like, you know.
I see. So did he juggle knives like that, or is that something you came up with on your own?
I came up with it on my own, and he looks so proud of himself.
um, I God, I think yeah, she just sort of like has tried the curry as like, yeah, this is also very good. And but I'm just trying to think about what she would say or do next. Like, part of me thinks she wants to kind of like gesture as in like, you're welcome to sit if you would like.
I mean, if she offers, he probably grabs his own like plate of curry and decides to sit down too.
The curry is good.
Oh yeah, it's my specialty.
Was that something that your dad taught you, or you came up with it on your own?
No, my dad taught me it. It's a family recipe that he like actually like taps his chest when he says that. Uh, Not that my sister likes to likes to cook. She thinks she's bad at it. At least that's what she says. But she's more of the, instant ramen kind of person.
Yes. I will admit my sister is similar. Cooking was something that myself and my dad used to do together, and she was never as good at it. To be fair, I do not think that she was trying, but well.
Isn't that the case sometimes with siblings? Uh,
So you only have the one, or?
I mean, officially I have, and he kind of like, shrugs. Officially I only have two, but like, um,
Yeah,
He kind of like
there's a raised eyebrow, and there's the I live in Inkwell. I am more aware of found family, more than aware of found family.
oh god, it's not just an Inkwell. It's oh goodness. I have my actual adopted sister and my actual adopted older brother. He's only older than me by like a few months. Um, he's really nice, like the nicest cleric I have ever met. Um, um, let me see if I can start with back home in Yedo. I mean, there's Shohei, who's oh, I think he's about to start high school soon. Um, there's Hibiki, who uh she's starting out in the shogi tournament soon. Um, Mochizuki, um, I'm not entirely sure what exactly he's doing right now. All I remember was that he was saying he was writing a book on the spirit rogues. They were really popular around the time we met, so he kind of got like really into them.
Yes, I know the type.
Yeah. I guess. Um, I guess Seikichi's daughter counts. Um, Technically Isabella, and he holds up his hands because he was counting on his fingers, and he it's 5 fingers so far, and he says that's about how many I have that are unofficial in Yedo. In Einqueld, it's a bit different because I don't know if they would want me to call them siblings, but you know.
Yes. It is a how would you put it?
For some people, it can be a little, delicate.
Yes. It is one of those things that it depends on the person and their
Yeah,
experiences.
yeah, exactly. Um,
But it also tends to be something that is hard to escape here.
no, I understand that. Oh gosh, someone told me that I radiate adopt me vibes, and I am just. I mean, I'm not going to argue with that.
Well,
It's apparently very true.
given how many uh siblings you listed off, I can see that.
And he cackles. Like, I mean, yeah, that's it's something that varies from person to person. So like, I try not to like impose on people just in case. Usually, if I've gotten to know someone better, I'll ask if they're okay with it. But you know,
That is honestly more courtesy than I've seen from a few. Sometimes people are just like, surprise, I've adopted you.
no, oh god, I don't think I could do that to someone. That's I mean, I'm not sure if you know this, but in Yedo, adoption has a kind of a different connotation to it. It's like one of those like big cultural differences. So like, um, I try to be, careful about it.
Ah, yes, that would make sense.
Mhm.
I Yes, I only have the one sister. And, well, yeah.
I mean, one sister is it's still a sibling, you know.
Yes, and one is more than enough. She can be quite the handful by herself.
Oh, believe me, I get that. My little sister, oh gosh, she likes handling like little machines and stuff. She's an artificer. Um,
Ah.
I swear, every time I've come into a room, there is some new project she is working on. And half the time, I don't even know where she gets the parts for it.
Honestly, I suppose I can relate to that more than anything else.
Like, yeah, yeah. She's. But speaking of being a handful, oh gosh, the kind of trouble she gets into, it's crazy. But I mean, I think she's getting better now, at least. So,
That's good. That's
mm,
always nice.
mm.
And you yourself, do you cause much trouble for your siblings?
He takes a deep breath. You know, I was about to deny it, but I find that I am not able to.
A trouble magnet, then.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, depends on your view of it, but like, I think it's exciting. My dad thinks I am. My dad thinks I'm a rascal because of it.
Yeah. Some ways I wish that was the case with my own father. He was the more rascal, adventurous type. I was not.
Oh, I getcha.
Yeah. I got dragged around all over the place for the first 8 years of my life. I was less
Hmm.
than thrilled.
Oh no, like no, I get it. Traveling's not really for everybody. Um, but like, I mean, if you're doing like you said, you're like a researcher now. So like, if so long as you're doing what you like now, I think that's amazing.
I suppose. Um, you're welcome to roll inside again.
All right, okay. Usually he rolls amazing for insight.
That's okay. I guess Crystal's just hard for him to read. Um, I will say with that though, you do get that there's a little bit, um, she's a little bit unsure about that. Like, yes, she is doing what she wants, but you get the impression that she's not doing it, like, that sometimes people end up doing things that are like pursuing a career in something less so because it's what they're sincerely passionate about, and more because of that's how they've been shaped by their past.
Oh, Arata kind of his smile kind of lightens. He goes, I mean, that is, if this is, something you want to be doing.
It's yes, it is. It's something that I gain a lot from being able to help people. But I would not say that I would not say that the circumstances that led me to go into it were the most fortunate. It
And he
is
kind
something I
of,
do not regret going into, but I wish that I sometimes I wish that I didn't have to.
oh, hmm. He looks a little concerned, and he goes, "Hey, look, I know we just met, but so you don't have to say anything if you don't want to, but like, if like you ever want to like talk about this, I I've had people say that I'm a really good listening ear."
Yes, I could see that. And thank you for the offer, but I'm okay.
Is that like okay? Like actually okay? Or like are you gonna be, or is that like you're gonna need some time and then you'll be okay? Or um
It I am doing okay now. I
alright.
What happened was a long time ago, and it it is still sore sometimes to bring up, but she just sort of shrugs.
No, I get that. Sometimes things that like happen in the past, they linger for a while. Um
Hmm.
but like I said, you don't have to say anything if you don't want to. So I won't pry. Um
That is given I've had a few too many meddling people in my life at the moment, so that is appreciated.
hey, man, I see that a lot in Nyquil. I'll just say that.
Yes. I It's turned out, well, honestly, better than I could have expected so far. Made me stop being a little bit boneheaded, I suppose. But yes, I I appreciate getting some privacy.
No, like I said, I understand that. But like, if you don't want to talk about it, I can at the very least offer this place as a refuge of sorts. As you can see, we rarely get any visitors.
Hmm. I might have to take you up on that offer. My housemate is not good with personal space.
Ah, and he nods sympathetically.
My own fault, really. I was the one who invited them in. Really, I do not know what I was thinking at the time, but well, it's okay most of the time. Just sometimes it would be nice to have a quiet space again.
No, I get you. This place is usually quiet, uh, except when the cat yells at me.
That is one I have not heard before.
No, he's around. Usually he's not supposed to be here during open hours, but like sometimes he'll come downstairs anyway. Um, But he's a little he's talkative. I'll say that.
Well, I won't tell anyone that your cat is going places they should not.
Isn't that how it is with most cats?
um, yes, I suppose that is. She is thinking of one very specific, very large cat she has met.
Chester beloved. Oh goodness.
Or at the very least, the cats I have met that seems to be truthful.
Yeah. Nurse like probably like a lull in conversation where he like eats a little bit more of his own food
Hmm. Yeah,
and
they just sit and eat in silence.
mhm. After a moment though he gently taps his spoon against his plate and he says so about what I asked before. Um,
Mm.
the magical like affliction thing, that weird side effect that I said. I don't know about any other symptoms, um, but I can tell you what little I do know.
If you would like, I I cannot guarantee how much I will find, but I am. If you, sorry, um, I am more than willing to look into some stuff if you would like me to.
I mean, if you have the time to, like, this is, like I said, we just met, and
Yes. Well, I can see what I can find.
all right. Um, I guess I should preface this with
She does, sorry, pull out and
oh
hand over a business card, as well, just if you need to get in contact.
oh awesome. I don't actually have uh a personal cell phone. I use the phone here, and he gestures to the front desk. um, so like you can get a business card from Belle. She's on desk duty today. Uh,
There's a bit of a moment of, wait, there was someone in the entrance.
Must have been a really good book you were reading, huh?
Yeah.
um, but he takes it and he like reads it over, and he's gonna like hold on to it for now. Um, and he says, I guess I should like preface this with how like um there is a little bit of like weird kind of necromancy involved. Like this person got revived, but it wasn't like undead. They were just straight up revived, and we just don't know how. Um,
I see. Well, that would not be the first case of uh, revivement that I've come across, I will admit.
that makes
Though
me a little bit concerned.
the other the other was uh, private confidentiality, and all of that.
Yeah,
But
oh, like
what I can tell you was it was tied to a god, so those things are always messy.
do you want to roll insight?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Oof.
Oh, Crystal honey, I love your insight rolls.
Oh, hun. He just kind of like nods at that and sighs a little bit, but he goes, but like, yeah, so that was the first thing that we noticed was odd, um, because nobody I know who knew this person and nobody that he knows, would ever like do something like that. Um, we just don't know anybody who's that like powerful. Um,
Yes. Yes.
um, and even then, like messing with the balance of life and death is yikes. Um,
There's a big nod at that.
um, well, at the time, one of us who we were with him. Um, one of us had the spell identify to see if we can like pick up anything, and um, well, we couldn't like find like a specific thing, like a specific spell or anything that like would have brought him back. It was just like lingering traces of necromancy.
I see. That does suggest someone fairly powerful or something. And she's gotten a notebook out at this point and is jotting down some notes.
But we hmm, we found something else that was concerning. Um, none of us. He didn't even know at this time, but he was under the effects of an enchantment.
Hmm.
Um, uh, are you familiar with the spell? Oh, how's it pronounced? Gias?
Um, I'm gonna roll a history for her.
History or like Arcana, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah. I was more thinking maybe history to see if she's come across it before in someone rather than whether she knows of it.
Oh yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Though to be fair, they're the same score either way, so this is what she's good at. I
Yeah.
say right before I'm about to roll.
Oh goodness.
Oh,
Well,
well,
no, she's good at
yeah.
it.
Yes, there's a pause and yes, that is mm, a potent spell and not usually one that is for much good.
Well, that's the thing. The person who casted Identify, um, it was it was hmm, it was like Gias, but it was more like somebody like cut out a bit of the description. You know, like
Hmm. Again,
ah,
that that suggests either someone who is very powerful or who studies magic, the fundamentals of magic, to be able to do that. Probably both.
mm, maybe both. But like, yeah, that was the like one of the first things about that enchantment that was weird. And like the second thing is like you said, usually that spell isn't used for good, but the apparently when we tried to like suppress the the charm bit with the with what was it, calm emotions, we found out that the enchantment was to apologize to someone.
That is unusual.
Right?
Well, from what you've told me, I think you can probably rule out any sort of natural cause, or even rare ones, and it definitely seems to have something with cognition behind it. So that does rule out a lot of magical melodies and curses and stuff. I I do not know if it helps you. Well, I do not think this is knowledge that you have not come to the conclusion of yourself, but essentially, I believe you're looking for a person.
Yeah. Right. I'm starting to wonder if hmm. It's good. It's good to get like a second opinion from like somebody on the outside. So like, thank you for like helping me out with this. But like, uh, and he does seem like incredibly genuine when he says that. No insight needed. Just from that alone, you get the impression that like he's been trying to look into this for
A while.
a while now. Um, but after that, he says, I the weird effect the that I told you about, that that microphone feedback, it was the person casting Identify who picked up on it.
I see. So it was I suppose, an identifier of the magic?
Maybe that's what I'm starting to think. But like maybe like maybe like a signature or something, or an unintended effect, because when he tried it, uh apparently it didn't like hurt, but apparently his like fingertips went numb, you know.
Yes, yes. That that definitely doesn't sound like it was an intended side effect. Um, so magical signature would be uh, definitely something to go off of, but then again, if it may be a less of a way to track them through history, and more of a, if you come across anything else which does that sort of thing. Um, is there anything you're still worried about that is in place on your friend, or is it just the appearance of it that is concerning?
I mean, other than like all of that, he seems to be fine. He's just, you know, a dead guy walking.
Yes, I can see why that would be concerning in and of itself.
Yeah. I I haven't seen anything else, at least not from him and not from anybody else we know mutually. Um, but like, yeah, it was just the fact that like that was something that we found that like kind of like it it definitely doesn't ring as normal.
I can tell you right now that that is not normal.
It's like I said, always try trust your instinct.
Yes. Yes, well, I well, it sounds like there is not much that needs to be done in the immediate short-term future, which is at least a blessing. But I I will look, see if I can find anything on static. You said it sounded like.
Yeah, static microphone feedback,
Hmm.
um, like a ringing. I think that's what he said.
Okay. Well, very well. If I come across anything like that, I will let you know.
All right. He kind of like lets out a sigh that is like a lot more like relieved than he probably intended. But he does seem like really grateful for this, and he just says like, again, like, thank you so much for this.
That's my pleasure. And again, I cannot guarantee I will find anything. How are how are you holding up? I know this sort of thing is never easy to see in someone you care about.
Uh, he pauses and he's takes a moment to like consider it, and like he says, well, if I'm completely honest, i'm I'm worried. um i I don't know what's going on, so I'm like going to be worried anyway, but like I guess a way I could say it is that I feel determined to get to the bottom of this, if that makes sense.
You're welcome to roll another insight.
Okay, that's not too bad.
um, yeah, this is. You say that, and you go, "Does that make sense?" And the expression that crosses her face is, "This is something I am intimately familiar with."
And he kind of just like laughs and he says, like, never mind. The point is, I'm worried that's fueling my determination to figure out what's going on. Um, I mean, well, I think I will be all right. In the moment, and at least for the foreseeable future. But you know, trying to figure things out.
Yes, I do know. More than you could imagine.
Hey, about that offer to like, if you want to talk, um, that doesn't just go for right now. You know, it can be whenever you need it, if you ever need it.
Thank you. Here's hoping that I never do.
Yeah.
And that that offer goes two ways as well.
And he looks momentarily surprised, but like pleasantly surprised. Like, oh, thank you. Like that's the kind of like expression he has on his face, and he's like, oh, okay.
You can see she looks a little bit awkward about the offer, like this is not something she's used to doing. But she gets it. Like again, like this is something that you saw with that insight before is she understands that feeling probably better than anyone else.
And he smiles, and it's like it's a pretty warm smile. And he says, I oh, I didn't mean to like chat your ear off about this, but like but I hope you like the curry at least.
Uh, do not worry. You are far from the first person who has, as you put it, chatted my ear off again. You have not met my housemate.
Oh. Oh, it's like that.
Yeah. Yes, and the curry was lovely. Yes, it was very good curry. You should be proud of yourself for it.
He kind of grins, and he says, Arata's world famous curry. Don't forget it. It's going to be making headlines, I promise.
Well, considering how far you've come, and I mean by distance traveled, uh, it's hard to dispute that claim.
That's what I'm talking about. And yeah, I think that might be a good place to wrap up, unless you have anything else you want to add.
No, I'm pretty happy with that. I think maybe just, it's like oh, it's getting late. I should head. Thank you again and best of luck. And yeah.
Yeah. And the scene closes on another night at the last one in. And we thank you, Candle. I almost said Crystal.
It's all right. For I probably should. I don't know. Many people keep calling me Crystal and not Candle, and I'm just like, I'm not sure why it's happened multiple times at this point.
I caught myself then, at least. I can offer you that much.
Yeah.
But thank you, Candle, so much for playing with me. It was very fun.
Oh, and thank you. Like, I was just like, I have no ideas, but let's have our characters interact more because it's fun.
It is very cute. And I'm really glad with the like kind of chemistry they have going on.
Yeah, I was honestly a little bit surprised. I wasn't sure how they would like, I guess, connect, and it was very soft.
It is very soft. It was cute.
Hmm.
And thank you to our listeners, both now or in the who are in the audience at least. I've left by now. We are alone.
Yeah, thank you,
And
KT, for joining us for the first half.
yeah, thank you, Katie. Um, and thank you to our listeners in the future who are listening to the recording. We bid you all a good time zone.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye.